Hey loves, we're still in May and there's still some wild energies going through. We just had full moon, we're in eclipse, and I'm not an astrologer, but I do know enough to know that these things can really impact us emotionally and energetically. And so it's good to just have an awareness of that's going on. Felt called to share kind of what's been coming up for me and what's been helping, as well as what I've been witnessing in others, and just some tips around that. So for me, especially this week, I've been feeling really tired, just like really being called to rest more deeply. I've been taking lots of naps and just like giving myself permission to just be and rest. Those of us that are highly sensitive and more, have been on this journey for a little while, you're probably pretty in tune with what's going on collectively and with others around you, and it's exhausting. They're just like being blasted with all this light, and it's here to really help and support us. All of this that's happening around us energetically is here for our highest good. However, it can be a lot, and so really just an invitation for you to lean into whatever you're feeling. It's okay. And if you're tired and your body is feeling like you need more rest, like giving yourself permission to do that. Your job here is to take care of you first and foremost. And so make sure that you're doing that and really honoring what your body needs. Our bodies are like, their own, we're souls inside of a body, right? So you aren't your body. You get to live forever, but your body won't. And so our bodies are like this home, right? They're our home, and we've got to really take care of them. Think of them as a little baby. And how can we take care of this baby? If you had an actual baby that was screaming because it was so tired, you would help them go to sleep. You would let them rest. So make sure that you're really honoring what your body needs. And for me, that's lately this week's been a lot of rest, and that comes with a lot of, shadow work around, I should be doing X, Y, and Z, and so we really get to shift paradigms here and start to think about, living our lives differently and what that can look like and what's really important here. And so, for me, it's rest. And so for a lot of us, like I said, is feeling just the effects of everything, like, whoa, that's a lot. I just want to go to sleep. But what I'm also witnessing is, so it feels like what I'm seeing is you're either in that boat of like, oh, it's a lot, I just need to sleep, or you're in this boat of getting triggered. Right? Like I'm witnessing kind of the madness happening around, and people just like are really on edge, and they're like losing their shit really easily. And you're just, for a sensitive being like myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be here. That's a lot. That feels intense. To just witness that happening around you. And so there's a couple of lessons here. One is for those that are empaths, highly sensitive beings like myself. Your job is not to fix them. I'm gonna say that again. It's not your job to fix them, anyone besides yourself. And the tendency and the desire is that, well, if I can just help everyone around me feel good so that everyone else is good, then I don't have to feel all their shit. And that's not your job. It's not. And it's really hard, because you have to feel all of that. You feel it all so intensely. And it would be easier if just everyone felt good all the time, right? So you didn't have to feel that. But your job's not to fix anyone. Your job is to be able to feel that energy and know it's not yours. Your job is to have strong boundaries. Your job is to have strong protection in place. Your job is to see others in their moments of trigger and hold them in unconditional love. No judgment here. There's no judgment. Because I've been there, you've been there, we've all been in those spots. And although the tendency or desires that, oh, you just need to do this so that you can feel better. That's not our job. So what has been helpful for me as I witness others around me getting really triggered is to take a breath. By me taking that breath and pausing, it invites everyone around me to relax. If you've ever been around someone who takes a deep breath like that, it almost invites you to do the same, right? Take a deep breath with me. You can even say that. I need a pause. Don't tell them they need a pause. Don't tell them to calm down. That's not helpful. But honor what you need, and that will impact everyone else. It's like anything in this journey. As we do all this inner work for ourselves, we impact everyone around us. As I take time to nourish myself and fill up my own cup, that love can overflow and impact everyone around me. As I'm grounded and stable, others feel grounded and stable. So take the time to do the work for yourself, first and foremost, to help and benefit yourself. But no, it's not selfish, because it's really truly impacting everyone around you. If we all just did that, then think of what kind of world we would be living in, could be living in, will be living in. So those are, there's no judgment which boat you're in. I've been in both boats this week. The one where I'm feeling triggered and agitated and my shadows are coming up, and the one where I'm just freaking tired because I'm witnessing and experiencing all of the emotions and energies around me. And if you are in the triggered boat at this time, know whatever you're being triggered about is a gift. It is here for you. This is what's coming up. Pay attention to the patterns that are showing up in your life right now. If you have a repeated thing that keeps coming up, the same concept, whatever it is, if it's feeling disrespected, unappreciated, undesired, unworthy, what is your theme? What is the pattern? See if you can recognize it. That's the gift. That's your shadow work. That's the inner work that nobody wants to do because it's hard. But if you just sat down and dealt with it, it would go away forever. So you don't have to deal with that same thing again. And the tendency for some of us is to, when we get triggered, is to blame. Oh no, that's not my shit. That's mom's, that's dad's, that's my spouse's, that's my kids. They're the reason I feel that way. They need to change so that I can feel better. Sorry. If you are being triggered, it is your stuff. That's your inner work. And that's hard to hear. But that's the work. That's the work we're here to do. And when you do that work, that's what leads to soul growth, soul expansion, healing, true healing. When we can meet our shadow aspects of ourselves, these parts of ourselves that we don't like, and like I said, naming them, unworthiness or whatever it is, when we can meet them with love instead of fear, that's when the healing really happens. And there's so many ways you can do shadow work. Journaling is really helpful. But do what you need to do to feel supported in this. You get to feel supported through these, as you do this work. You don't have to do it alone. My goodness, there's an abundance of support out there. I know it feels like you're alone when you're in it, but you're not. And you can ask for help. Call a friend. Have lunch with your person, whoever that may be. If you don't feel like you have a person that you feel connected to, schedule a session with someone. Find a healer that feels really comfortable and you like their energy. Find a therapist. Get a massage. Do something for you that's really supportive and allowing you to really work through this, whatever's coming up for you. And it's totally okay. And there's no judgment. This judgment equals separation, and we're not separated here. We're all in both boats at one time or another. So I have so much love and respect for you. If you're feeling any of this, other tips I would recommend is besides connecting with someone to assist you through it if you're really struggling, or even if you're not. I just love working with different healers, so supportive. I certainly would love to support you with that if that's something that's helpful. You can go check out my healing offerings on my website and the link in my bio. And we can work on whatever's coming up for you. And it can be, my sessions tend to be very emotionally transformative. So there's a specific emotion that's coming up. It would be really supportive for you to either schedule an energy tune-up or Akashic record reading, depending on what. If you have questions, let me know. But other things you can do that's been really helpful for me is drinking lots of water, like way more than you think you need. Salts are super helpful, so adding some electrolytes in there in some way, or putting extra salt on your food has been really helpful in stabilizing and grounding. Rest. Deep, nourishing rest. And then movement, embodiment, bringing the soul into the body. One of my favorite forms of movement has become dance. And so just playing some fun music that, and just allowing yourself to dance in whatever way your soul wants to move. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but it's so helpful because it allows the energy that you're feeling in your body to move out of your body. So as you move, that energy moves, and it doesn't get stuck. For me, I was struggling with a lot of like energy getting stuck in my head, and then that leads to pain. We want to keep a lot of movement, so that's why the water is really important and the movement's really important. And so moving in some way that feels really nourishing for you, whether it's a walk in nature or getting some dancing in, allowing that energy to move through your body will be really supportive. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to share today. And no matter where you're at on this journey, know that you are so loved and supported.